The biggest news is that we've got a Little Bucket List community happening. I didn't expect that. It sort of just evolved organically. And I'm amazed we've got 13 members already.
Hooray! We are a movement!
And people aren't just joining the group, they're actually actively involved in posting what their little bucket list items are. I've done lots of new things as a result of this, and it's really making me think, now that it's been a month and a half for me, what Little Bucket List is about, and are there any sort of things you should do and things you shouldn't do. I think it's for each person to decide. I've sort of put out some vague guidelines on the Little Bucket List website, the blog. But I mean, I'm starting to ask myself questions now. What size does a Little Bucket List item need to be? Can it be used to break down a big achievement task into lots of little smaller tasks that can be done in like a day? Or, is it a 5-minute task? Can it take all day? Does it matter? I've done lots of different things. I've definitely done some little achievements that I wouldn't have otherwise done. Like I learned 6 songs that I'd half learned for the past 10 years, and then I finally finished learning them. But it was only through making them little items for the bucket list that happened. I've done tiny little whimsical things like trying new foods. I finally peeled that orange. That took 3 goes. But also I've tried some quite big things, like I always wanted to try a flotation tank, and that's been about 3 years that I've been thinking of doing that. And so I'm kind of made that 2 little bucket list items, because one was trying the flotation tank and the other was making a few things. I basically made some stuff that I would have otherwise bought so that I could afford the session. The whole idea of little bucket listing was leading to more and more things, and generally it's been just much more important to my life than I thought it would be. At the moment, I am considering whether it would be cool to take a big task and, like re-recording an album or something. I've got an album from 2006 that I've always wanted to go back and work on. And what's that? Nearly 12 years later. And I've not done that. Could I make parts of that broken down into bucket list tasks, or would that take the joy and whimsy out of it? I really don't know at this point, but I'm really interested in what's going to happen as the community continues to grow, and what happens for other people. I started earliest, so what happens to other people when they get to a month and a half as well? Is it something that people are going to feel like evolves, or just is some daily fun practice, or is it something which turns into something a lot more big and leads to big bucket list items? I still don't know. So share with me your experiences. Do join the group if you haven't already and you'd like to be involved. Wishing you a very, very full bucket.